Welcome in to another edition of the Two Growls, One Roar podcast. Number one, hope you guys are doing well out there. I would like to apologize for the poor audio quality of the announcement surrounding the channel yesterday. We're going to update that, we're going to get it fixed. Good thing is, nothing is changing for you guys. Nothing at all. The Two Growls, One Roar podcast that you've hopefully come to know and love is still going to be around, not going anywhere. The short of what's happening is I've updated my social media handles to two shows, one host, to better align with all the content that I have. And as you can see here, that I'm promoting the Kicking It with Kennedy YouTube channel, which will have all sports content and maybe more than sports. But, anyways, that's not why we are here today. Today, we are here to break down Jalon Walker and my concerns with Jalon Walker. Folks, he seems to be the consensus pick for the Carolina Panthers, no matter who you ask. We've gotten into the point of the offseason where there's a really big groupthink that's happening, and now everyone is said Jalon Walker to the Panthers, assuming he's available, makes the most sense. And initially, I bought into it. I was like, yes, number one, he's a really good football player. Like, there's no denying that. But I started to think about Jalon Walker, and this is my initial concern if the Carolina Panthers decide to draft him. It has to do with his position. I put this out on X earlier today, if you guys were able to tune in. It really has to do with his size and having a primary position. We're going to look at some tape here in just a minute, and you'll get to see exactly what I meant. When you think about this hybrid role that's been created between an edge and a linebacker, that's not really a thing. Like the Frankie Louvu role, Frankie Louvu was undrafted. We saw his success here and then moving on to Washington and being able to do it. I fear that the Panthers are not going to know what to do with Jalon Walker. So I asked folks, where would you put Jalon Walker? If you were defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, where do you put him right now? Do you start him at edge? Because if you're starting him at edge, he's undersized. And I don't think he's going to be out there, all defensive snaps on the edge, setting the edge, being able to stop the run. He's too undersized. You look at his pass rush attempts, and when he is able to get to the quarterback, a lot of it is a quarterback spy. A lot of it is second chance sacks. So quarterback evades, moves around. He's able to get around and get to him. His pass rush attempts themselves, yeah, he's fast, but one up, if he can't beat the tackle with speed, there's a good chance that he is not going to get to the quarterback. So I have concerns. So then I think about it from the linebacker perspective. Also, going back to edge, there are better sized edges, better edge prospects that could start day one. And when I think about this pick for the Carolina Panthers at pick number 8, this pick needs to be a day one starter. It's someone that you can build around, someone that you'll see immediate impact. And I don't care if it's a wide receiver, if you like the tackle position and you want to cut Taylor Moton, I don't care. If it's a tight end, a linebacker, a cornerback, a safety, whatever position it is, they need to be able to start day one to have the most immediate impact for the team. So I make the case that, well, yeah, edge, probably not going to be your day one starter. Sure, you can have packages for him, but he's not going to be out there every snap. Panthers have too many needs to sit back and not get a day one impact player. So then we move to linebacker. So maybe you're a fan of the linebacker position, having him at inside linebacker. I think, sure, he could absolutely perform at that position. And maybe if he's off ball linebacker, more the second option, and you have Josie Jewell leading the charge, I believe in that. I believe in that scheme a little bit more than I do believe playing him at edge. But I also think about the linebacking prospects that are available, and I see more value out of a Jahad Campbell. So when you slice and dice this, wherever you want to put it, linebacker, edge, To me, there are better players at both of those positions over Jalon Walker. If you miss on a hybrid position like this with the number 8 overall pick, you're setting yourselves up. You're putting yourself in a very bad situation for years to come, which is why I'm of the belief that this guy, whoever it is, needs to be on the field early. You don't need someone that you've got to kind of morph into or have him out there in certain situations. You need a guy that's out there day one. And a lot of people are kind of in that camp, but that's why I put out my thoughts on this. It's not to say he's a bad player. And sure, he could go somewhere else, likely excel. No doubt about it. He would have success wherever else he lands, especially in a good scheme and fit that's able to utilize him to his strengths. I just don't know if the Carolina Panthers are going to be able to do that. Now, we are going to take a look at some of the film with Jalon Walker here as we close out the episode and voice over why I have these concerns. So we'll go ahead and run the tape right now. You're going to see him highlighted here. A lot of his production came in one game as well. Like, that's not a bad rep at all either. It's really not. See him lined up on the edge here again. Speed. Like, he is able to affect the quarterback. What I'm worried about is you look at these reps like that. No, he's having a kind of a second chance to get to him. You look at these reps, and it takes him some time. Like, he gets lost in the pile. I call that a second chance sack. Coming off the edge here. Again, speed-wise, if you can flush him out, sure, he can get there. If you need him to spy off of the edge, he can get there. But one-on-one, not really the guy. Like, he is more built for situational football. Here, again, coming inside, going out. Like, that takes way too long. Like, you got to be able to get there in 2 to 3 seconds-ish. Thinking about how much time the quarterback has. He's kind of held up in there. He still affects it, and that's not to say he isn't good. I just don't know that he's someone you're going to line up at the edge, outside linebacker position, every single thing. And for those that are listening on the podcast, I would recommend going out to YouTube or Spotify and watching some of these reps, because we are seeing about a minute and a half of some of the footage. Like, straight up there, he gets pushed inside. That's not a good rep. And I don't know why it gets brought into some of the highlights that he has here, but it's not. That's a little stunt being able to affect. Like, those things are good. There is value in Jalon Walker. I just don't notice the value that the Panthers should seek at pick number 8. I saw another mock draft float today where he doesn't get picked until 15 or 16. I don't want people to confuse this to say he's not good. I think he will thrive wherever he goes, but it's got to be a better system around him with more players. Think of Philadelphia Eagles. Like, can you imagine if he landed in Philadelphia? So that's why I'm personally a little bit concerned with the idea of drafting Jalon Walker at number 8 for the Carolina Panthers. But would love to know what you guys think. Chime in on the comments, Spotify, YouTube, let me know. As always, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.